Hello, good orange morning. Welcome into another stream, and this is not your typical stream, as you can tell from the layout. And it is a podcast that I am planning to do every bi-weekly, which is called the Orange Morning Squeeze. And the whole purpose behind this is to basically keep you guys company during your whole morning routine and as well as your um, morning commute to work. So this is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time already, and we did the pilot episode about 3 weeks ago, and the reception has been pretty positive, and I thought that we should do more of this. And if there is definitely more demand for this, I would definitely do it in more episodes of this as well. So the last time that we did the Orange Morning Squeeze, we talked about what's the ideal timing to start and end work. We got quite a bit of responses here and there, and we did get a couple of common consensus and as well as couple of perspectives from not just from Singaporeans, but as well as from many international viewers as well. So if you're joining in for the very first time, hello there. My name is Cage, and I am a variety streamer from Singapore. And I don't just do just chatting, of course. I do like lots of different kinds of games, and as usual, I'm always inviting you to join in the chaos in this channel, and I hope that I will be able to entertain you as well. And this whole purpose behind Orange Morning Squeeze was, as I mentioned, it's to basically accompany you guys on your morning routines as well as for your whole morning commute to work. And I thought that since everybody's morning routine or morning commute can be very different, or some people's morning routine or commute can be boring, I just want to accompany you guys, honestly. And I wish I can do this every single day, but my body can't do this every day. I really feel like I was about to cry um, when I wake up this morning. So, um, props to people who are breaking fast, first of all, because it is the season where people, the Muslims, they are practicing Ramadan right now, or they are celebrating Ramadan, so they have to break fast. Sorry, they have to start their fast really early in the morning, and then very early into the evening itself. So I cannot imagine waking up this early every single time. And it's every morning, and I'm already dying already at this time. It is timing. So, yeah, hello there, Bear. Welcome into the stream. And you have already said coffee. We're gonna be getting into it. And thank you so much for the wow 30 stream streak. God damn. Wow. Damn, that is a lot of stream streak, and thank you so much. I wish I could award you more than 450 points because that is way more deserving than that. That is definitely way more deserving than that. Okay, first of all, welcome in, Wondering, and hello there. Yes, we're just talking about breaking fast, first of all, and it's so unrelated to the topic here and there because we're just mentioning about how it's so tiring for me to wake up this early, and it is not easy for me because number one, I wake up like I usually wake up about 7 a.m. usually because work wise, and I have to rush a little bit of work before going to actual work. So I do a bit of freelance on the side, and this week, or at least last week, it's been getting a little bit hectic for me. So I had to rush a little bit of things, and as of today, or as of yesterday at least, I have 3 freelance clients, and all 3 of them came back to me, and I'm like, shit, how am I supposed to deal with this now? So it is quite difficult for me to like deal with them, and and I'm so grateful that I at least I completed one of the freelance clients yesterday. So at least I have one less thing to worry about, but I have two more to go. So yeah, so that's why like having this morning show, I was actually contemplating to cancel this and just work on my freelance work. But you know, YOLO, right? Welcome in, Elvis. I would love to give you a shout out. I think I have the shout out disabled, but let me just give you a quick shout out. If that is still is, I don't know if the shout out thing is still there. Okay, it's disabled. Okay, apparently
Don't worry about it.
it's
Don't worry about it. I'm winning. I'm winning.
okay. Let me just disable the desktop audio. But yeah, I can hear it on my end. But but I can hear it on my end, but you guys can't hear it. So I disabled this desktop audio. So let's prevent from shouting out for this stream. Not that I don't want to give you guys shout out, just that yeah. You heard it? Yeah. I disabled it on my end. So yeah, and also let me just give a shout out to Playsic Bear. Yes, I can hear my phone as well. Okay, so we're gonna do it the traditional method of shouting out. This is the one that shouldn't trigger the shout out clips, but yeah. Thank you so much for joining in, Elvis. I know it's really early for you, or very late, depending on whether you are a night owl or not. But please do get some rest if you do need to get some rest, or if you need to start up your work. I'm really glad that I'm able to join you in for your daily commutes and as well as your daily morning routine. Before we start out this entire podcast, just want to mention that I am drinking coffee because I do deserve the coffee now because I need my brain juice for the day. Yeah. And hello there, Phoebe. Welcome in. So, yeah, I do need my brain juice, and coffee is the right answer to this. And typically, I don't drink coffee. Not because I don't like coffee, it's because usually coffee makes me feel sleepy. You heard me right? Coffee makes me sleepy. And why am I drinking coffee is because if I drink more than one packet worth of coffee, usually the caffeine hits me. But this is like two packets worth of coffee, by the way, so it shouldn't be that bad. Coffee makes me sleep. High 5K. Okay, let me clarify on the statement. Okay, if I'm drinking espresso, then that's a different story. But if I'm drinking like normal instant 3-in-1 coffee, yes, that shit makes me sleepy. But if I'm drinking double packet of that, then most likely I'll be able to not fall asleep already from there. So yeah, espresso makes me very awake. But how often do I drink espresso? You see, it is very rare. It is super rare. So I can't be drinking espresso, and espresso is so expensive, and I don't have a coffee machine as well. So I always tend to just get whatever the 3-in-1 packets are. So yeah, Nescafe or whatever, it's fine, honestly. It is rare. We bear part coffee I approve. Correct. Cause if there's bear around, we must have a bear. Actually, speaking about this, right? I got this no wait, I think my mom got this if I recall correctly. She got those like typical Dali commercials or something. They usually like to have all those promotional items, like if I recall correctly. So I think she got the toothpaste and she got like the free additional mark or something. Yeah. So funny story before we get into the gist of this episode. And I have not read the comments yet, which I am feeling very bad now. But let me say this real quick story before we move on to the comments and also to the actual um, topic of the day. So, okay, speaking of Dali, um, they typically have a lot of interesting promotions and stuff like that. Okay, I'm not sponsored by Dali to say this, but I'm just saying if it's Dali even sponsor, feel free to. I would love free toothpaste. Anyway, just want to say this. Back then they still have, and they last time still have like a lot of different kind of promotions here and there. And I think back then they have this promotion where they had Hello Kitty involved. Okay. Hello Kitty bucks or something like that. I can't remember what was the exact promotion, but I was with my ex-girlfriend back then. Okay. My ex-girlfriend loves Hello Kitty, and I cannot understand why she go and buy all of the different designs of the marks. So there were like four different designs, if I recall correctly, and she bought four times two toothpaste. So imagine eight toothpaste. Like which normal human being needs eight toothpaste? So yeah, I don't understand why you have to get this many amount on of toothpaste in one shot. How long did that stock last? I have no idea, and I don't want to know. But I think typically a toothpaste lasts about 2-3 years. A person with 100 teeth. Well, I would know, to be honest. I don't know, to be honest. But Dali has very good promotions, and I just thought that what kind of ex-girlfriend do I have? And that's why she's ex-girlfriend. I'm so grateful. Okay, but anyway, that's the slight topic of the day, and also just to share with you guys about Dali. And in case you don't know what Dali is a toothpaste brand, which they should sponsor me if you are listening to this. Okay, but anyway. So let's not call them out. I'll get in trouble if I do that. But just saying, let me read out the comments before we get down to today's stream. And also, if you're coming in this stream, hello there. My name is KH, and I'm doing a Morning Orange Squeeze, which is the podcast that we're supposed to be doing every bi-weekly. And we're going to answer this simple question: what is your morning drink? If you're choosing coffee or tea, do you actually prefer morning, or do you actually prefer coffee or tea? Tell me in your comments, and I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Personally, for me, I would love to drink Milo. Milo is always my favorite um, morning drink, and just want to hear you guys, you guys mentioning what's your favorite morning drink. All right, so let me just read down the comments real quick before we missed out some of them. Thank you so much, Elvis. If you really need to rest up, please do rest up. I'm not forcing anybody to be here because it is a really early morning stream, and the fact that Wondering and Bear is joining in, it makes me feel very happy because those two are celebrating their Ramadan season. So I'm very grateful for people around here. Um, Maybe you don't need caffeine, don't. Yeah, I think Elvis was streaming yesterday, and I don't know what time he was streaming until, but I'm surprised to see Elvis around. Um, can I get a strong caffeine? Kidding, kidding. Wait, so for the coffee lovers, what's the strongest coffee that you guys have drank? One of the most interesting coffees I've drank was egg coffee, um, from Vietnam. So, for those people who are very curious, Vietnam has this thing called the egg coffee, and it's a typical coffee, brewed coffee, by the way, not your instant coffee, by the way, and they will put like an egg inside. Um, I'm very confused at first when I heard that, but it's not your typical kind of just putting an egg and call it a day. It's they would kind of put it the egg white, and they'll kind of mix it in a way that it tastes like whipped cream. So the story that I was being fed by the Vietnamese is that um back then whipped cream is considered as very expensive, and that's why they had to find an alternative. And the alternative is using egg whites, and they whip it in a way that it gives that whipped cream texture. and that's why it's called egg coffee. And of course, there is also putting an actual egg inside the coffee itself. I have not tried that egg, the whole entire egg inside the coffee, which I'm not. I don't think I'm a fan of that. But I tried drinking um the egg white as the egg coffee itself. Do I actually like it? Not really. But do I think it's interesting? Yes, it's interesting. So if you have the chance to try it out, do try it out. I think it is a good experience, and I don't think you need to go to Vietnam to try it. If your local coffee shop has Vietnamese coffee, do give it a try. Do let me know if you think it's nice or not. Yeah. Yeah, we shout out to Elvis. I had a mug of coffee to last a day. Damn, Bear, how much coffee do you drink a day? I'm very curious. How much coffee do you drink? Typically, if I drink 2 cups of coffee, I'm fine. But I don't drink coffee all the time. I usually love to drink tea. So, for the curious people, every single time like I do my podcast of the Lim Gobi podcast, I typically always do tea instead of coffee. Even though it's called Lim Gobi podcast, like Lim Gobi, is supposed to be called like let's um what does Lim Kopi actually stands for? What does Lim Kopi actually is? I have no idea what it means, but Lim Kopi means drink. Yes, having coffee. Yes. So the funny thing is that I named my podcast called Lim Kopi, drink coffee, but I always drink tea instead of coffee. Even my co-host Debbie was calling me out on that stream. Sorry, on that podcast. She was saying, "You always been drinking tea. Your first time drinking coffee was on the very recent episode, where we did the episode in Kota Kinabalu, and I was drinking kopi peng from the Kota Kinabalu itself. So she was calling me out. She was calling me out, and I thought that it was quite interesting that I have not drank coffee in the show until the most recent episode. So yeah, something that I realized as well. But okay, if I do drink my coffee, I love it when it's 3 in 1. I don't like my coffee without milk or sugar or in between. So I must have my milk, I must have my sugar. Otherwise, that's not coffee for me. That is just bitterness, and I can't stand bitterness. So, for tea, okay, tea is an exception. I don't mind not having um milk or sugar. Like I'm okay. I'm perfectly okay having the tea itself as a tea by itself. And I told my girlfriend this a lot. I love drinking Earl Grey tea. So I'm perfectly fine drinking Earl Grey by itself, but if I leave the Earl Grey too long, it becomes a bit too bitter. And so nothing wrong with like bitter tea, but just that I can't exactly stand it. So I love drinking green tea as well, your typical Japanese green tea, not the matcha green tea, but like the green tea that usually they serve you at your sushi restaurants. I'm I'm okay with that as well. I love chrysanthemum tea as well. I love jasmine tea. I love black tea as well. So I love different kinds of teas. Um, just that I'm not fancy enough to drink tea every single time. So I usually drink sky juice. And sky juice is just plain water. So I drink plain water a lot. Even for like breakfast wise, like I'm okay just drinking water. Like I don't drink like fancy drinks like morning coffee or morning tea. Because usually sky juice is enough for me to survive a day. I'm okay, honestly. I don't drink a lot of beverages, honestly. I don't drink a lot of beverages. So yeah, I see in my comments that Bear is now going for shower and prepping for work, and Phoebe is prepping for work as well. All the best to you in your work, Phoebe, and see you around. See you around. I hope that my so far my morning podcast is able to keep you company in your morning routine and your morning commute so far. So yeah. Let me just read out some of the comments. Shouldn't that bad? Caffeinated is one way to know you're an adult. that's actually quite true though, if you think about it. I realized that as I grew older, I drink a lot of coffee, or at least I drink a lot of tea. At least, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not very sure, but I feel that when I go out with friends or whatever, they will say that, oh, let's go and chill in the cafe, let's go chill in Starbucks, let's go and chill in Coffee Bean or whatever, and or let's go to a coffee shop and we'll just chill. And usually like I will buy like my drink and stuff, and sometimes I crave for drinking milk tea. And I find myself drinking tea a lot more often these days. And also coffee sometimes, depending on what it is. And I realized that coffee and tea is a really good way to kind of socialize as well. And I'm very happy to like drink a cup of coffee or tea or whatever beverage that you have alongside with your friends. And it's a very good way to like just socialize and a very good way to just catch up with your friends here and there. And I mean that's the reason why like I prefer to have a beverage um during the Lim Kopi podcast. And when I talk about the Lim Kopi podcast, right, every single guest always have their own preferred drink. And throughout the entire the Kopi podcast, we have people who come in with different beverages. Let me see the beverages real quick on my end. I actually recorded down some of the people's beverages as well throughout the entire show's lifetime. So for example, like we have people who drink like Daisy, Coca-Cola, fruit juice, fruit cream milk, oat lattes, Teh O, Rabina, 3-in-1 milk tea, soy milk, Milo, um, we have Kickapoo as well, we have bubble tea, we have iced lemon tea, we have chocolate milkshake. Oh, actually, it's the Bear Bells chocolate milkshake. We have instant coffee with almond milk that is oddly specific. Um, then we have a vinegar drink with Yakult, and we have kopi ice. We have Earl Grey tea. We have pear fruit juice. We have 100 plus as well, and we have some more bubble tea. So I realized that everybody has different kinds of favorite drinks, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I actually enjoy getting to know the person through their favorite drinks. And if you're listening in this podcast, feel free to mention what's your favorite drink. And it's always fascinating to get to know somebody through their favorite drinks. In a bit, before we end off the podcast, we will do a little bit of a poll here to decide which one is the favorite drink of all. We will do a poll between coffee and tea. Actually, in fact, can we do a poll now? Um, how long can the poll be last? 10 minutes only. So okay, the last 10 minutes, we'll do a poll, and we will see what does the chat actually like at the end of this podcast. So please do stay around, and if you are listening in during your morning commute or your morning routine, thank you so much for letting me in part of your day. And also, if you're just joining in, feel free to mention what's your favorite drink. Feel free to mention, do you prefer do you prefer to drink coffee or tea? And what is your typical morning drink in general? So feel free to mention in the comments, and we'll be happy to have your answers in the comments itself. Okay, let's continue reading the message. Get black coffee 2-in-1. As mentioned, I don't drink black coffee because it is super bitter for me. But the one way to kind of counter it is to put a lot of sugar in it. I don't think I'll be able to handle that because black coffees are naturally very bitter by itself. So I just can't stand it. I have not drank coffee with just milk or with just sugar, you see. If it's just regular tea, I'm okay drinking without the sugar or without the coffee itself. So nothing wrong with it, just that I can't stand coffee without milk or sugar. Really, I just can't stand. Bear says that he drinks instant coffee. I've always wondered about coffee in general because there are lots of different kinds of coffee. Which I am not a coffee connoisseur here, so please don't take my word for it. But but there are people who mentioned that who they like to buy the coffee beans and they have the coffee machine at home. And what they will do is that they will grind their own coffee and they will drink it. And they do enjoy making their own fresh coffee. So very fascinating. I mean, I also been to like cafes and they grind the coffee and everything, so the whole cafe smells like coffee. So I don't know. I always wanted to try out being a barista. Um, when I was sometimes looking for part-time jobs and stuff like that during 2020, 2021. I always want to try being a barista. I thought it's fascinating though, not gonna lie, being a barista. But I think handling food wise, I'm just very scared usually because there's a lot of hygiene standards, which I don't know if I can fulfill that to be honest. But being in the F&B industry, which I have heavily considered sometimes if I want to change industries, um, do I really want to do F&B? I think it's fascinating and I do have passion for food as well. If I am not a video editor, um, by nature, I always wanted to try out being in the F&B industry or in the hospitality industry. It's either one of these two. So whether be it is being a barista in a cafe or being a waiter in a restaurant or just being something or whatever it is in a hotel. I think those kind of service industry jobs or something like that. I've always been very fascinated by them. I always believe that you must be very kind to these people because let's be honest, these are kind of people that they get shit from a lot of people, not just from customers or the patrons, or they'll just get it internally. So as a customer, whenever I'm in the restaurant, I would always I will always do my best to be nice to them regardless. And that's my most basic rule. Just be nice. Unless they do something really badly, then I will start be a bit angsty. But most of the time, I'm always very understanding. I'm always very nice, and I will always treat them with utmost respect. And I have been in instances where the people around me can be very rude to this the waiters or whatever. And then after that, when the meal is done, I would go up to the waiter or the waitress. I'll apologize to them on behalf of my table because I feel that these people they are taking up so much crap from everyone, and also it is very difficult to do the job. I can honestly say that with certainty. I have been in the service industry before, and I know how difficult, um, and I know how much one bad person can just destroy your entire shift. So I make a point to apologize to them if I need to, or to just encourage them, or just to say, thank you so much for helping me, or thank you so much for making my day. And and I'm sure that if they do listen to this, they will feel much better as well. It's it's like a bit of a compliment goes a long way, honestly. A bit of compliment goes a long way. All right. And props to you for drinking one during fasting and last the entire day. Damn. Bear drinks one coffee and survives the entire day. Damn. I cannot imagine though if I rely on just coffee and if I just drink one cup of coffee, I think I would definitely need more than just one cup of coffee. So I just cannot comprehend, man. Like those coffee lovers, how though? How though? During Sahur, I think Sahur is fasting, I presume. I can't, I don't know the actual terms here, so feel free to clarify on this. I'm a zombie though. Bear is a zombie. Oof. But I can stand that. It is very tiring for people who are fasting and having able to not drink water or to eat during the entire day itself. I it is a feat by itself. It's very rarely that I have to fast. If I'm fasting, it's because of a certain reason or intermittent fasting. But it's just intermittent fasting, like fasting from food, not from water. And I feel like water is still a necessity, you see. So I cannot imagine being restrictive to water the entire day. And I think my brain or my body will give up on me very easily. So it is fascinating to see the Muslims practicing fasting and to see how much they have persevered throughout the entire day. And really props to you guys. And it's not easy at all. Um, as Christians, we do also practice fasting as well, but it's definitely not as intense as the Muslims during the Ramadan period. So it is not easy. We do have fasting as well. We can, do partial fasting. We can fast from certain foods. We can, fast for like one meal only. So there's a lot of different kinds of fasting. So don't get me wrong. Fasting is not just exclusive to the Muslims. I'm pretty sure different religions they do their fasting as well. But this is not a religious podcast, so we're not going to get into that. But just a fun fact that I can share with you guys. Not all religions, sorry, not just the Muslims practice fasting. We do practice fasting as Christians as well, whether it's be it actual from food or from drinks. We do fast from like maybe social media, or maybe from certain habits that we are trying to fast from. So that is another way of how we do our fasting as well. So yeah, that's one fun fact of the day. Enjoy your podcast. We'll continue my sleep. I'm glad I'm able to catch a bit of your morning stream. Oh, thank you so much, Elvis. It is very heartwarming to see Elvis around as well. I just didn't expect Elvis to be around because he was actually streaming late into the night, and the fact that he's here and it just makes me feel very loved by you guys, and the fact that you guys are still here around makes me feel very happy as well. So in case if there's anybody who just joined in, um we are answering this simple question here, which is in the title of the stream. What is your morning drink? Number one. Number two, do you prefer coffee or tea? And number three, that we have not answered this question yet. What is your favorite drink? So we will answer those questions in a bit as I'm trying to catch up on the chat right now. So yeah, Dali was a legend. How long did the stock last? A person with 100 teeth. Dali is okay. So speaking about Dali, we did have a simple story about how my ex-girlfriend is a huge fan of Hello Kitty, and she would buy all the different cup designs, and she would get like all the Dali toothpaste, and she will get 4 times 2, which is 4 different cup designs, and she will end up having 8 tubs of toothpaste. And I just can't comprehend, as back then as an ex boyfriend, like I just can't understand, like, why do you need this many amount of toothpaste? And in the household, there's only two of them, so herself and her mother. like how much toothpaste do you need exactly? So yeah, Dali has a lot of promotions, and they have a lot of interesting collaborations with different brands or different companies or whatever. So um the one that I remember, it was this one, which is the We Bear Bear, and Classic Bear approves this cup. So thankfully for her, hope her teeth is good, is clean. Good point. Overly clean to the point of rotting. Oof, oof. Um, actually, how much? Okay, I have a question for you guys. As the morning audience, how often do you guys brush your teeth? Because I know certain people brush. Okay, minimum of course is two. Like you brush once at in the morning, and then you brush again at night. But do anybody brush in between of the day? I'm actually very curious about this question. Does anybody brush their teeth um in between in the day? I know there's some people who does that. For example, like my colleague right now, she is having braces, and she often brush her teeth, in between meals. So, for example, she has a lunch, and then after lunch she will be brushing her teeth, because she wants to get all like the different things out from her braces. So I'm very curious about that. Like, and does anybody brushes their teeth in between of meals, or for example, meet in the afternoon, they'll just brush their teeth. So yeah. Okay, let's see. To this day, Dali still have good stuff like We Bear Bears. What's the latest promotion, Dali? Let's see. Dali promotion. I'm very curious. What's the latest promotion or collaboration that they have? I'm not sponsored by Dali, by the way. Why am I mentioning about Dali this time around again? Oh, guys. Oh, okay, it's not available anymore. But one of their latest promotion is that they have Dali collaborating with Wi-Fi, or you know the rabbit, that rabbit the rabbit cartoon thingy. Yeah, so they are collaborating together, and interestingly enough, they had it recently, but I'm not sure what happened to that. Wait, what's the latest promotion now? Do they have the latest promotion? Ooh, okay. Currently, their latest promotion is with Toki Donki. Not sure what's that though. Toki Donki. Toki Donki. Toki Donki. Toki Donki is some cartoon. I'm not very sure, but I think it's a brand. I believe it's illustration brand, but it looks super cute though. The unicorns. So yeah, not sponsored again. Just saying. Dali has very interesting collaborations that they do, but that's basically one of it. That's just one of it that they do, honestly. Okay, let's see what do you guys have here. Mineral water gang, here we go. Okay, I have a question for you guys. How much water do you guys drink every day? Um, Back then, during my weight loss journey, I'm still doing weight loss, but during the times where I was in a certain um MLM, which I'm not going to say it on stream because it's going to be very controversial. But this fitness instructor or this fitness consultant um, told me that I must drink at least 4 liters of water every day. And you know that 4 liters of water every single day, it's like equivalent to 8 glasses of 500 ml of water every single day. And on paper, it sounds like, oh, of course, you must be drinking 4 liters of water every day because it's 8 glasses of water every day. But on theory, okay, let's Google this real quick. Since this morning podcast, I can do whatever I want to do. Um, how much water to drink per day? Okay, let's see. Okay, right now I'm 19 years old and older. I'm supposed to be drinking 13 cups of water? Shit. Wait. All right, so okay, in Singapore, it's recommended that we are supposed to be drinking 8 glasses of water or 2 liters a day. But back then, my fitness consultant told me that I must drink 4 liters of water every single day. And the reason that she gave me is that this 4 liters of water is supposed to be helping you to not just cleanse your thirst, but as well as helping you to fight your hunger. So when your body is full of liquid, it tricks your body to think that, oh, you're actually full, but actually you're just full from water. So it did help for a little bit, not gonna lie, from fasting from food. And every single day, during that meal replacement diet, so the whole diet is that I would drink like a protein shake early in the morning, and then I would drink. Then for in the lunch itself, I would eat um economic mixed rice, or in Singapore we call it cai fan. We will eat our 3 veg, 1 meat, and it must be in that order because that's my only meal of the day. So I must eat my vegetables. I must eat my rice as well. So sorry, my I must eat my rice. I must eat my veg and 1 meat. So um, that's my only meal of the day. And then afterwards, at night for dinner, I will drink 1 protein shake again. So in case if you can't tell, this MLM is for protein shakes, which I'm not going to mention it on stream because it will be very controversial and I don't want to get myself in trouble. But yeah, so it is selling protein shakes. The whole model is about selling protein shakes, trying to lose weight and becoming the best version of yourself. So I did end up losing weight. Um, but I find myself getting more and more hungry um, throughout the entire journey of that weight loss. And after a while, I just gave up because number one, I miss eating food. Number two, um, the protein shakes are actually quite expensive, and it's not cost sustainable for me back then when I was a student. So I cannot imagine drinking protein shakes early in the morning as a breakfast or something. So I just cannot comprehend this. I feel like even if you want to lose weight or even if you want to be in a diet, you should at least eat some proper food. So I just cannot comprehend drinking, protein shakes early in the morning. So I don't advise that, and I still feel that as human beings, we are designed to eat proper food. We should eat proper food. So why the protein shakes? I mean, sure, if it works for you, it works for you, but it doesn't work for me. So yeah. Okay, my morning drink is Sky Juice. Phoebe says, same here. I do drink Sky Juice as well. Sky Juice, it's been a while since I heard that. It has been a while since I last heard that. I remember hearing about Sky Juice in a YouTube video by a Malaysian, but it is kind of funny how we refer mineral water in very creative ways, and technically it's not wrong referring it as sky juice. Technically not wrong because it is technically a sky juice. So yeah. Okay, let's continue on in the comments. The one I think I missed out quite a bit here. Sounds more atas. Yeah, right. Okay. Speaking about atas, okay, this is something that I personally don't like in the F&B industry. Okay, but this is my personal opinion. It's a personal hot take. So, um, this is just reflective of my own opinion. So please don't at me. But this is what I feel. Um, I personally feel that in a lot of F&B outlets or in F&B itself, the industry, they love to use all these buzzwords. Okay, for example, if I'm selling bubble tea, okay, or maybe if I'm selling desserts, for example, and I'm using maybe like if I'm selling egg tarts, okay, for example, egg tarts, they will say this egg tart is Hokkaido. It's from Hokkaido milk or something. And then the price of the egg tart will increase like crazy. And it'll become super expensive, which I don't personally understand. Or for example, the ice cream is like it's Hokkaido milk. Or they'll say it's matcha ice cream instead of green tea ice cream. So just saying the word matcha, it's expensive already. And I just personally cannot understand this, because they just want to avoid using basic words so they can upsell the item. Sure, if it's really from Hokkaido, sure. If it's really from authentic um, matcha powder, sure. But most of the time, from what I've noticed, and also from what I've eaten, most of these items usually they use those buzzwords to just upsell it, from what I've noticed. And also, I can't exactly taste the authentic Hokkaido milk or matcha as well. So this is something that I have personally noticed on my end. And also, something that I've also noticed whenever I go to the bazaar, or they call it pasar malam in Singapore, because everything we all think about is just pasar malam. So we don't call it like a bazaar, but as in we refer them to as pasar malam because that's how basic our Malay is. But one thing that I've realized is that a lot of those bazaars or the night markets, at least in Singapore, I'm not gonna say out anything here because it might get me into trouble. But I'm just saying that a lot of the things that I noticed there, they try to tend to upsell a lot when they're not really using premium ingredients. So it came to my attention when I was looking at TikTok and some of the news articles where some of the items they sell like $10, $20, but the ingredients that they use are really cheap. And then a lot of people are wondering, why does the food item cost this much? And it's very fascinating to see that itself, but unfortunately the rental and also the manpower is the driving reason why those food prices are expensive. Hear me out. I don't mind. I personally don't mind spending a lot of money on a good food, but it needs to be good, you see. Most of the time, when I have the chance to spend money on a bazaar, and I think I remembered spending money on the previous, like the Geylang Serai, right? I'm very picky on what I purchase as well. So I tend to only buy food that I know what it is. And usually those foods never tend to disappoint me. And they are basically good for what they are. And they tend not to like deviate too far off from the taste that I remember it to be. So usually I'm not a person who try new food, mainly because number one, the new foods are very expensive, and number two, um I usually prefer to buy food that I know what it is. So I am a sucker when it comes to trying new things, especially in places like this where it's so expensive to try new things. But of course, like if it's for content, if it's for like on stream, sure, I will give it a try. And I think last year when I was in Geylang Serai Bazaar, it was very interesting because I managed to try out a few things with Era, and Era and myself we actually went around the whole Geylang Serai. We went around and she introduced to me certain foods and we tried out and we ate on stream together and we just met up together and we talked. So I wish I could do something similar as well for this year, but I'm not sure like when exactly. And we shall see, honestly. We shall see if this year we can go to the Geylang Serai Bazaar this time round. There's actually one near my place. If I really want to go for it, if I really want to go for it, but do I want to though? That's the question. Do I want to? So yeah, I mean, do let me know if you guys interested in such a content also. Um, all right, double shot espresso. Oh, Phoebe has tried double shot espresso. Damn, that sounds super strong, and I don't think I have the chance to try out that before. Funny story is that when I was a student, I just want to get coffee um from Starbucks, and I was in the airport back then, and I didn't know what coffee to get because like when you're in the coffee shop, you know, like oh they say oh I want kopi, and it's obvious that they'll give you what's it called again? Your typical 3-in-1 coffee. So the coffee with sugar with milk, and it's all self-explanatory from there. But in the Starbucks context or in Coffee Bean or those cafe contexts, they will give you all those funny names. For example, like latte, espresso, americano, flat white, and you'll be wondering what are all of these names mean. And as a student, as a young student in secondary school, I have zero clue what all this means. My knowledge of coffee back then is just mocha, and I only know mocha is chocolate coffee, and that's all I knew about coffee back then. And as a student, I was broke and I have no money. And when I saw like Starbucks, I was like wondering, which one cost the most cheapest to buy? And espresso is one of them. And I bought espresso, and I was drinking in the Starbucks outlet in the airport, and I was like thinking, why is this coming in such a small cup or something? And I thought that oh maybe it's just oh Starbucks being Starbucks because it's expensive. But then when I drink it, I was like, oh shit, it's so strong. It's so freaking strong. And I heavily regretted buying espresso, and from that day onwards, I learned that espressos are super strong. And I regretted buying it, and I learned not to buy espressos anymore. So that's a lesson learned, and I should not buy any more espressos in the future unless like I really wanted to put myself up. And I remember drinking espressos how many years later? Back then I was in secondary 3, I believe, which I was 14, 15 years old. Now that I am more than 10 years old afterwards, um, uh, back in last year, if I recall correctly, last year I was in a friend's wedding. Okay. I woke up at about 6 a.m. and I know that I was about to help out in a friend's wedding for as a videographer. So she's actually my childhood friend. She invited me to be her wedding videographer. And afterwards, right, when I was in the hotel room resting up before the evening reception dinner or the evening banquet dinner, um, my childhood friend was telling me, "Hey, you want the coffee? Just take only in the hotel room." And it was those Nespresso kind of coffee, and it was in the capsule kind. So I have not tried those capsule coffee before, and I thought that hey, those espresso coffee of those espresso shots, they're like super strong, and I was feeling really tired, and I wanted something to keep me awake and keep me alive. So I drank those espresso in one shot, and that's the only time that I drank espresso since during my secondary school incident. So you can kind of tell that it's been about close to 10 years since I last drank espresso, and I have zero expectation how does an espresso taste like, because I kind of forgotten how strong the espresso is, and when I drank the espresso in one shot, right, as a wedding videographer, I could drink it in one shot, and I actually liked the taste because, okay, maybe because I was so tired. I was physically tired. I was mentally tired as well. I think my brain was like slowing down when I was doing that shoot. So having the espresso actually helped me a lot. Um, and also kept me awake until 10 p.m. And even after 10 p.m., right, I was still in the wedding banquet. I was still, participating as a guest. So my work as a videographer, right, did not stop from around 6, 7 a.m. all the way until at least about 10 p.m. You see? And even at 10 p.m., right, I was a guest in the banquet. If I recall correctly, the banquet ended at about 10:30, 11 o'clock, and we only left from there. By the time I reached back home, it was 12 midnight or something. I can't remember what time was it, but I was super tired that day. Even if I drank not just one cup of espresso, I drank 2 cups of espresso, I still can knock out that day because I was that tired. I could sleep. So having a double shot espresso, yeah, I could sleep very easily. Because I think regardless of like your physical um your physical capabilities or not, I think if you even if you drink a lot of coffee, even if you're really that tired or not, the caffeine will still wear out after a while as well. So um nothing wrong with it, just that I felt really tired that day. So double shot espressos, yeah, sure. But imagine doing such an intensive physical labor for the entire 8 hours. Sorry, not 8 hours. It was close to 16 hours. Yeah, 16 hours of like shoot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure any kind of coffee is not gonna help you anymore. I mean, the double shot espresso helped a lot, but it still made me feel very tired. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for that story for that whole wedding videography, and it's an honor to do videography for a wedding, but it's really tired and it gave me lots of trauma because it's so tiring and I'm fat. Imagine carrying all these extra body fats and doing videography for such a long period of time. Naturally, like the next day, my whole arms, my whole body was sore. I couldn't feel myself the next day. So that's how bad it was. And I just couldn't feel myself the next day. So yeah. Anyway, if there's anybody who is listening in this podcast, hi there. My name is KH, and we are doing this show called Orange Morning Squeeze. And you are listening in this because it could be in the morning for you guys, and currently in Singapore it's 6:37 a.m. and this is a morning bi-weekly talk show as we are trying to keep you guys accompanied during your morning commute or your morning routine. If you're from the other part of the world, for example in US, hey, it's morning here, okay? It's morning here. I'm doing a morning talk show. It's an evening talk show for you guys now. So feel free to still participate in this podcast and feel free to answer this question that we have set up in the stream title. We have a question for you guys, which is basically, what is your morning drink? What do you drink early in the morning? And also, between coffee and tea, do you guys prefer coffee more? Do you guys prefer tea more? Okay, we're gonna have a poll in a bit in the next 10 minutes time, and this will signify the last 10 minutes before the podcast ends. Um, cause I need to like kind of prepare for work soon already. For some context, I wanted to do like a morning talk show before I go for work. And this is a very good way for me to like kind of interact with the morning audience of the audience from the other part of the world as well. So um it's a very good way for me to like just interact with you guys and also to accompany you guys in your morning routines and your morning commute as well. And this is a very interactive podcast where I actually get to interact with you guys through the comments, unlike my other talk show, which is the Lim Kopi podcast, where I don't get to talk to people at all. I just talk to myself or to Debbie, which is my co-host. Um, but in this podcast, it's way more interactive. I get to listen in to you guys in the perspective of the comments, and I get to like answer from there. I get to react to your comments, and I'm still getting through the comments, by the way. So take me some time to reach there, but I'm so sorry if I'm really far behind from there. So yeah, Vietnam coffee is pretty strong. Yes, Vietnam coffee is very strong. The interesting thing about Vietnam coffee is that Vietnam is one of the largest producers of coffee in at least in the world or in Asia. I can't remember which one is it, so don't add me on that. But did I drink a lot of coffee back then when I was in Vietnam? I can't remember. I really can't remember. Back then when I was in Vietnam, it was in back in 2019. It was about 5 years ago, and I was with my two best friends, and as well as my ex-girlfriend. As you can tell, she's an ex-girlfriend for a reason. It's the same ex-girlfriend that basically got the Dali toothpaste. So as you know, something went wrong in the trip, which I'm not gonna say too much on that because it's a bit private matter as well. But the Vietnam trip went well. We ate a lot of pho. We ate a lot of banh mi. Pho is basically the beef noodles or pork noodles, whatever it is. And then we ate banh mi, which is basically their sandwich baguette. We ate a lot of that. So that's the only two things that we ate a lot because we didn't know what to order when we were in Vietnam. So we are quite blinded by it. And we just ate the same thing. And we ended up having our few favorites of like where to eat and stuff. But I did enjoy um eating pho and as well as banh mi. So Vietnamese coffee, I can't remember drinking Vietnamese coffee a lot in Vietnam. But I did enjoy the Vietnamese pho and Vietnamese banh mi. And when I come back to Singapore, when I try out the Vietnamese coffee or banh mi or pho, it just tastes so much different compared to in Vietnam, especially pho. Like the pho in Vietnam is so much more flavorful, and also it has so much more herbs and stuff like that. They even put in licorice as well. They put in all your like mint. They put in parsley. They put in all the random vegetables that anybody who is a pescatarian, oh sorry, not pescatarian, anybody who is a meat lover is gonna hate eating it. So I actually enjoyed my time when I was in Vietnam because you get to eat a lot of vegetables. I'm a vegetable lover. Um, I do eat my vegetables a lot, but anybody who is not a vegetable lover will definitely not enjoy Vietnam because they give a lot of vegetables as if it's free. So even when I go to hotpot, right, they give vegetables as if it's like just whack only. They give a lot of vegetables, and I cannot understand like why is there so many vegetables. But then I realized that it's part of their culture, and they don't have I remember that they love eating food with fish sauce as well. So fish sauce is basically part of their cuisine as well. I love it. I actually enjoyed eating Vietnamese food a lot when I was there, and after a while, I kind of got sick of eating noodles there because they don't really have a lot of rice dishes there. So same goes to when I was in Kota Kinabalu because there is a lot of noodle dishes there, but not a lot of rice dishes. But to compare Kota Kinabalu and Vietnam, at least Hanoi that we went to, there were way more noodle dishes in Hanoi compared to Kota Kinabalu. Even if you have rice there, they call it rice noodles. So yeah, you really cannot find any much rice dishes there, seriously. So yeah. Um, but I enjoyed it because I enjoy eating noodle. I enjoy eating noodles. I enjoy eating soups. I enjoyed vegetables as well. So it's quite good that if you do like your vegetables, you like your soups, you like your herbs, your nutritions and stuff like that. Vietnamese food is pretty wholesome. It's pretty soulful, and I do highly recommend eating it. If you have the chance to try it, please do try it out. Okay. Um, I okay, let's see. I don't remember actually drinking that by ordering it because it was cheaper. Yeah, so you see, the thing is that espressos are made to be cheaper because they don't use a lot of ingredients. They just use coffee grind and just the coffee by itself. So it tends to be a bit more cheaper on the side, but it's so strong. And as a kid, I did not understand how strong it was. You see, I did not understand that at all. So yeah, I kind of had trouble sleeping that night, but I still fell asleep anyway. You see, like I mentioned, if you are really that tired, you still can sleep regardless. Unless like the coffee is so strong that makes you awake, then that's a different story. But most of the time, when I drink coffee, I still can sleep. I don't know why, but whenever I tell people this fact, people do get very surprised that I'm able to sleep even though I drink coffee. And like even if I drink coffee at like 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. or something like that, I still can sleep actually. People get surprised by that, and I'm not surprised. So I don't know. It's just how my body works. Maybe I drink a lot of coffee when I was a kid. Like I drink the what's it called again? The Poca milk coffee a lot as a kid, and I actually enjoyed drinking that a lot. And because of that, maybe my body is too accustomed to coffee when I was a kid already. So, and also maybe when I was very young, my parents or whoever, the uncles and aunties would tell me that, oh, avoid drinking coffee because that's an adult drink. And I was still drinking anyway. But I think maybe the effects of coffee didn't exactly stay with me. So that's why, like, I think coffee doesn't really retain that much effect for me. So I was able to still sleep regardless usually. So yeah, that's impressive. I don't know what coffee was it, but my senior brew from my local coffee partner, Coffee Beans. Ooh, damn! Your senior brew coffee? Wondering? Wow, I'm actually quite impressed that if I know somebody around me who is able to brew coffee, um I've always wanted to try somebody's brewed coffee. I remember making this friend when I was in national service, who is able to make coffee. He actually bought this coffee machine. He told me it's like, oh, it's some $1,000 or something. I can't remember how much was it, but it was really expensive. And that's why like when I went to Vietnam for my ORD trip, for some context, ORD means that you are finished with national service and people will say ORD low. That means you're operational ready date, or people just say ORD because you have already done with your NS, and ORD stands for the day that you finish NS. So once you're done with that, people just say ORD, and yeah, so that was meant to be my ORD trip, and I went to Vietnam with my two best friends and my ex girlfriend. So I bought some Vietnamese coffee beans for my NS mate, um my national service mate in my camp, and he actually commented that the coffees from Vietnam is actually quite strong, and he actually liked it a lot. So I'm definitely gonna go back to Vietnam to try a coffee more next time, and if I have the chance to do it, I will try it. So yeah. Um, Typically 2 cups, so 1 mug of coffee is equally the same. Ooh, I don't know how much coffee does Bear really need, but seems like 1 cup of coffee is just half effective, I guess. Oh, okay. Wondering is lurking. Should change your name then. Be right back. Prep for shower and prep for work. All right. See you around, Bear. I hope I'm keeping you company so far, and I'm also hoping that my presence is keeping you guys company, for your work and for your commute as well. I'm enjoying this talk show honestly. Like I really want to do more of Orange Morning Squeeze, but it is really tiring for me to do just even one episode of this, and to wake up this early is just crazy for me. And like I said, people who are fasting, how do you even manage to do this? I cannot already. I wake up this early, I'm like crying already. Yeah, so I'm just very amazed by this. Phoebe is heading off for work. Sky is getting brighter as I head out around the same time. Thanks. Oh, thank you so much, Phoebe, for tuning in as well. So yeah, thank you so much for those who are tuning in, and truly appreciate for you guys coming in and keeping me company. Once again, it's a morning stream. I don't really expect much people to be around. But if you're really around, still around, and keeping me company, or if you're just looking around, feel free to say hi, as we're gonna be wrapping up this podcast in the next about 50 minutes time, and I do want to answer my own question in the questions that I've asked, and also I do have a poll that I want to you guys also start trying out, and see what is the preferable drink, which is either coffee or tea. So yeah. Um, let's see. Here's the thing: you can make make tea from coffee, but not a way around. Really, you can make coffee tea. Okay, but in Singapore, or at least in Malaysia as well, there's this thing called coffee tea, or they call it yin yang here, or they call it cham in Malaysia as well. So they would mix the coffee brew and the tea brew together to make this thing called coffee tea. Um, have I tried it? Yes. Do I like it? Not too bad. I do recommend drinking that if you are interested in both the effects of coffee and tea together in the same drink. And the good thing about having coffee tea together is that it is becoming more of like a hybrid option, and also they will still mix in all your typical um uh sugar and milk as well. So it's called charm. It's called yin yang. It's called different things in different regions, and I'm not gonna go through that again. But I highly recommend for people to try out, especially for foreigners. Like if there's any foreigners around, um, if you have not tried coffee tea together, you should try it. It's a very interesting combination, and I actually do like it. I do like it a lot. Fun fact as well, you guys can make salt. You guys can use salt to cut out bitterness from coffee. Interesting. Wait, so do you eat salt, or do you like put salt in the coffee itself? How does it work? I'm very curious. And the taste could differ quite a lot from the manual brew. Ooh, I'm learning a lot about coffee today, huh? It could be so good, but it could also go so wrong. Huh. I did not know about this though. I did not know that salt actually counterbalance the bitterness. This is the first time I'm hearing this. But I would love to try it out. Yeah, would love to try it out. Would love to try it out. Okay, reached my destination. Got to go. Thank you so much, Phoebe. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Orange Morning Squeeze, and I hope you have a good orange morning. Okay, so have a good day at work. Maybe you should eat toothpaste as a snack. Wondering, don't question my ex. She's an ex for a reason. I mean, we do have like some wonderful memories as during our couple days. But Looking back in retrospective, I just wish I knew a few things better. There were a lot of red flags in the relationship. The relationship was a bit toxic as well, so I wasn't very happy in the relationship. But at the same time, I'm still glad that I know her. I'm still glad that we did have some wonderful memories as well. I mean, for example, the Vietnam trip. Yeah, I mean, thankfully we went for our first overseas trip together, so not so bad, I guess. Yeah. I mean that's a story for another time. Maybe I can share more about relationship stories, I guess, in the future. Maybe if there's a demand for that, I can share more about love. Maybe a Valentine's Day special, but Valentine's Day is like already over, so maybe some other day, I guess, we can do it like a love edition, I guess. Okay, let's see. And you shouldn't try double shot espresso. Then you'll be able to sleep. Like I mentioned just now, during the wedding episode, I was able to sleep well because even though I drank double shots, I still can sleep because I was really that tired. I'm pretty sure if I drink double shot right now, I can still sleep tonight because I'm gonna be really tired today. Really, really, really tired. So I won't be surprised. And this is basically how tired I am. So yeah. Um, let's continue on with the comments. Do that every day and maybe you'll lose weight. Wedding videography. I don't know though. I have a lot of friends who are into wedding videography. The thing is, I know how difficult it is because I've experienced it one time. And imagine if the couple does the full day option. I know how tiring it can be, and as a fat person doing it, I'm already struggling with it. So I did discuss this with my girlfriend about how we wanted to do this if we were to get married. Um, do we want to do a full day kind of wedding, or do we want to do like a half day thing? So I think for me personally, I would prefer to do half days because I just want to have a nice time, um, in the evening or something, or in the morning, so we can have a slower day, so we don't rush here and rush there, to prep for the wedding itself. Um, and partly because we might end up doing two different days of wedding. So, for example, like myself, I'm from Singapore, and she's from Kota Kinabalu. So, we might end up doing two different days. So, ideally, if we're doing two different days, I think most likely we will do it half day, so it won't be too intense for us. Otherwise, it'll be really intense. I'll be too tired by then, and hopefully we shall see how the arrangements are like for such a thing, and that's my own personal experience as well. So yeah, um, whether it will help me to lose weight or not, yes, I'm pretty sure yes, but it'll be quite an unhealthy way of losing weight because not only my muscles and my I'll be physically tired all the time, but at the same time, um, I will not be having proper meals, and I'll be losing weight the unhealthy way. So yeah. Okay, we're gonna throw in the poll right now. It'll be the last 10 minutes, and we're gonna be ending off the stream in a bit. So let's set up the question real quick. Coffee or tea? Um, do you prefer coffee or tea? Okay, I'm gonna throw in others as well because in case anybody has some specific answer, if you have others, mention on stream now. Oh, I can't make um wait, comment. Uh if so I can't put too long though. Okay, never mind. If you have others, please do comment in the stream below. So let's start the poll right now. Um, we have the poll for the next 10 minutes. And this poll is for everyone to kind of answer this question. Do you guys prefer coffee or tea? And for me personally, I prefer tea more. I love the refreshingness of a tea because a tea is not just bitter. There's also some refreshing teas as well. For example, green tea, for example, Earl Grey, for example, those flowery teas as well. So I love drinking all those kind of teas. Peppermint tea is also one of my favorite teas to drink as well. So um, do vote in the poll. Do let me know what you guys prefer, and what drinks do you guys prefer as well. Um, I would be voting as well, and I voted for tea. Please do vote in. Which do you guys prefer, coffee or tea? As we are going to be ending off the stream in the next 10 more minutes, and this countdown timer will basically be a good indication for the stream itself. So yeah, um, more vegetables, more fiber, and no more constipation. That's actually true. Is that why Vietnamese are very healthy though? And very good skin complexion because of their diet? Interesting. Maybe we can talk about that in the future. But I do highly recommend eating Vietnamese food because they're not just healthy, but it's also very wholesome to eat as well. Vegetables are good for your body. Yeah. Hiya, don't eat vegetables. I mean, it's good to eat vegetables, honestly. I actually appreciated eating vegetables the more I grow up. But I still have my vegetables I don't like eating. So for example, I don't like eating bitter gourd. I don't like eating long beans. I don't like eating broccoli as well. So these are the few vegetables I tend to avoid. But any other vegetables I love eating a lot. I love eating spinach. I love eating parsley. I love eating Shanghai green. So I love those like kind of vegetables. I love leafy vegetables a lot. I love eating lettuce as well. So those are the vegetables I love eating. Wondering says that she hates eating eggplant. Have you tried eating mala before? A lot of people say that if you try eating mala, it's a must to have eggplant inside. I don't eat eggplant a lot, and I don't personally enjoy eating it, so I tend to avoid eating eggplant anyway. But if somebody that I eat mala with, they eat with eggplant, I'll be like, sure, whatever, you eat your own eggplant. I'll eat one or two and call it a day, but yeah, I won't seek out for eggplants, honestly. I won't really seek out for it. So yeah. Okay, we have the polls in. Um, we have one vote for coffee and two votes for tea right now. So please do vote in the poll right now if you are listening in to this stream. Do you guys prefer coffee or tea? It will be highly recommended to join in for this particular this poll for me to kind of get a good gauge of what's your personal favorite for this stream. And of course, it will give me a good sense whether you guys are actually listening to this podcast or not. But yeah, do let me know which you prefer, coffee or tea. That would be great to kind of know the answer to this. So yeah, let's see. In Singapore, military service is mandatory. Yes, unfortunately, every male in Singapore, at least of 18 years old and a Singaporean, must go through um, national service for 2 years. I forgot if Singapore PRs need to go through national service as well, but I think so, if I recall correctly. I think some of my PR friends also went through national service. So they have to go through that national service for 2 years. And they have to go through basic military training for I can't remember how much. I don't remember how long is it. I think it's 2 months. But I might be wrong. I might be correct. Please don't add me on this. But yeah, they have to go through a certain period of national service. So is to basically keep our country military ready because we are a small nation and we can't rely on active regulars in the army or in the civil defense or in the police as well. So we can't rely on this active people because if we rely on them, we don't have enough people. So that's why we need to have the conscription, and that's why we have the national service. Do I like it? Not really. But do I enjoy it? Not really. But do I think it's an interesting experience? Yes, it's an interesting experience. I think not everybody can say that they have been through national service in Singapore because, I mean, you have half the population they are females, so not everybody gets to go through national service unless they're males. So and it's quite fascinating to go through it and to be in army camps, to be in the regiment, um, to go through regimental discipline, and to wear the green uniform. I think it's interesting. I think because of that, I have that kind of good experience. Honestly, I did make some friends. I have a lot of my fun moments in the army as well. So yeah, do I like? Yes, that's basically how I feel about national service. It's not wrong though. I didn't actually like it, but did I enjoy it? Not really, um, but was it interesting? Of course, it was an interesting experience. Think it's something that I think it's a experience that you only get to go through once in your lifetime. So it's a once in a lifetime experience, honestly. Okay, so let's read up real quick. Try looking up Kasara tea. It's what I mentioned. Okay, let's take a look at Kasara tea. Kasara tea is a ooh Spanish tea. Oh, I'm gonna try that though. Coffee cherry tea. Oh, wait. Okay, if it's available in Singapore, I would love to try it out. This is where coffee meets tea. I don't know though. It's is Kasara around in Singapore though? Let me just do a quick Google search. Um, Kasara tea Singapore. Oh, there are packets in Singapore. But they're quite expensive though. They're ranging from about $10 to $30 per packet. So not an easy find. And Kasara tea is more of a premium kind of tea, I'm wondering. And I'm surprised you actually know about Kasara tea because it's a premium tea, man. It's a premium tea. So damn. So yeah. It's expensive. Yeah, it's not easily available as well. So the fact that you know about Kasara, it amazes me now. It amazes me. Let's see. You can add salt to your coffee, just like add a sprinkle. If you overdo, it's gonna be disaster as well. Ooh, I'm gonna try that next time when I'm drinking a bit of that. What's it called again? A long black or a black coffee. So I will just sprinkle a little bit and see if it works. I guess. But yeah, feel free to send over some castor tea to me. Wondering. I would love to try out that. I have not tried any other fancy teas. Oh, I have tried ginger tea. Not a fan. I don't like ginger. Ginger should be only on food, not drinks. Okay, I cannot stand ginger in teas. I just cannot stand it. Hello there, welcome in Circus. Welcome into the stream, Circus Flame. Welcome into Orange Gang, and we are currently doing a podcast, and we are answering this question: do you prefer coffee or tea? Feel free to answer that in the pinned comment right now. And also, if you're joining me for the very first time, we are doing this Orange Morning Squeeze, as we are doing a bi-weekly podcast or talk show where we accompany you guys over in your morning routines and morning commutes if you're living in Singapore or living in the region. Um, but other than that, we are basically just having a chat or just chatting here. So, not sure where you're from, but if you're from Singapore, hello there, welcome to the stream. If you're from other parts of the world, feel free to introduce yourself as well. So yeah, um, okay, so let's answer that. Also, I'm a Singapore variety streamer. I do play games as well. So currently we are playing Dark Souls 2, we're playing Bugs 2, we are playing Ori the Blind Forest, and on this Sunday we are going to be playing Path of Exile with Playsic Bear. So if you're interested on joining us for our streams, feel free to join us as well. So yeah. Um Otherwise, we have questions to answer. Do you guys prefer morning? Do you guys what do you guys like to drink in the morning? And also, do you guys prefer coffee or tea? And also, what's your favorite drink? I will be sharing this real quick afterwards. I have the polls in. You guys mentioned that you guys prefer tea over coffee. Interesting. Interesting. I thought we guys would have like a more of a coffee crowd here, but apparently we have a tea crowd here. So let's go, Team Tea. Team Tea. Not spill the tea, but as in TT. So thank you so much for contributing in the polls, and I hope I can do more of this in the future as well. So let's go through the final few comments, and then we will end off the stream from there. Damn, Pisces, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh no, Pisces, we have no paragraph protection. Oh no, Pisces. I was actually about to raid Pisces, by the way. Oh no, oh no. Let's untime them out real quick. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you so much for helping me with that. Yes. Yes. No, no, no. We do have paragraph protection, I think. I'm really, really sorry about that. But yeah, I hope you have a good stream. I'm having a good stream here. Gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, Circus Frame, I'm so sorry for that. Please help me to untime these people out. I'm so sorry about this. Okay, so we have a question here in this stream. So we are asking the question of what is your favorite drink? What is your go-to drink in the morning? And do you guys prefer coffee or tea? We did a poll here just now, and you guys actually prefer um coffee. Sorry, you guys prefer tea over coffee. So yeah, we do have paragraph protection. I'm very, very sorry about that. And the untime, yeah, we did mention untime you guys anyway. So yeah, Pisces, do you prefer coffee or tea? And for the follow raiders, welcome into the stream. My name is KH, and I'm a Singaporean variety streamer, and I do talk shows like this every bi-weekly. So we're doing like a morning talk show where we accompany you guys on your morning commute and your morning routines. Or if you're just other parts of around the world, we're just here to accompany you in general as well. Yeah, all good. I was getting timed out by Pisces bot 2 as well. Thank you for the follow once again, Circus Flame. I do hope you enjoy this podcast, and I hope you guys are enjoying this so far. I do have a lot of fun talking, and as well as I've been talking for the past 1 hour and 20 minutes. I've not been resting as well, so yeah. Yes, we do need a smarter bot though. We do need a smarter bot. Tea has a more relaxing scent. I agree. So, Pisces, what's your favorite tea? Not spilling tea, but what tea? Is it us? We do need a smarter one though. We need a smarter bot. So yeah, also do stick around because we are gonna be raiding in to the next streamer. And thank you so much for the follow earliest tea. I'm assuming you're a fan of tea, isn't it? So our question of the day is, do you guys prefer tea or coffee? And what is your morning go-to drink? and as well as what is your um wait, what's your favorite drink? Yes, what's your favorite drink as well? Gotta run, but be back later. Thank you so much for the follow earlier, T. And yes, we're actually gonna be ending off the stream a bit, but please do stay in as we're gonna be raiding in to the next streamer as well. So please do stay in. Tea for now, tea now, mint or breakfast tea, but barley tea is good too. I have not tried barley tea. I'm actually kind of surprised hearing this. But yeah, I have tried mint and breakfast tea. They're both great teas, honestly. It seems like our crowd here is a big fan of tea. Even we did the poll just now, everybody seems to be a big fan of tea. And it's surprising though to see everybody just loves tea. Uh, yeah, caramel is a very good tea as well. Caramel is a good tea. Um, my favorite tea is Earl Grey. Earl Grey is my favorite tea. Thank you so much for the follow, Orange Zin. I hope you enjoyed the stream so far. And yeah, thank you for keeping me company as well. Um, yeah, orange. Oh, have you guys tried orange tea though? I have not tried orange tea, but I would love to try orange tea one day. Everyone also needs coffee though. True that, true that. Uh, Caramel and as well as matcha. Ooh, matcha tea is good too. Matcha tea is good too. But today I've learned that our audience is just love tea. Screw coffee. Let's not name our podcast. Let's rename our podcast back to Lim Teh because yeah, screw coffee. I like tea, but my favorite tea is sweat tea, which is not probably the healthiest option. Wait, sweat tea? Or you mean sweet tea? I have not heard of sweat tea though. Healthiest. Okay, one last story before we end off this. Okay, one last story. Um, in Singapore, in Singapore, we have this thing called the great options for the sugar itself. So, in Singapore, we are quite healthy conscious, and the government is trying to make us be more conscious um in our health. So there is this grade from D to A. So there is D grade drinks, there's C grade drinks, there's B grade drinks, there's A grade drinks. If you can tell, D grade drinks are usually the most sweetest, and then A grade drinks with the least sweetest. So for example, um let me Google some of the um of the drinks that they consider as D grade drinks. D grade drinks Singapore. Okay. For example, D grade drinks are like yeah, they are of highest sugar and saturated fats. For example, do they have it there though? Huh. I can't tell. I remember that I saw like a infographics where they do have different drinks and stuff like that. Okay, for example, Tiger Sugar milk tea with pearls and extra sugar and stuff like that. It's of 12% sugar, and they call it D grade already. If you are drinking, what else? Okay, let's see. If you are drinking Poca sweet tea is of C grade. If you are drinking Milo, normal Milo on the packet is of B grade. If you are drinking Coca-Cola, is of a D grade. Normal Coca-Cola is in like just normal in itself. If you're drinking chrysanthemum tea, it is B grade. What else do we have here? If you're drinking Meiji milk, is of D grade for some reason. I don't know why. What else do we have here? Um, Yakult. Yakult is of D grade. So yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of grades here, you see. If you see A grade means it's the most healthiest, of course. So it's quite fascinating to see this, honestly. If you're gonna ask what's my go-to drink, those are milk and water. I see a fellow milk drinker as well. I love drinking milk as well. Actually, I prefer drinking milk over water, actually. Yeah. But Sky Juice is everybody's choice. It's an obvious choice here. But yeah, I have this tendency to drink just water in general in the morning. But if I were to drink, okay, so let me answer my questions now. Um, my morning drink will definitely be a soy milk. Not because I'm lactose intolerant, but I just love drinking soy milk. So that's my go-to drink. Next in line is Milo. Next in line is Earl Grey milk tea. And then the final in line is that if I have coffee, I will drink my instant coffee. So instant 3-in-1 coffee that works for me. So yeah, soy milk versus over cow milk. Correct. Correct. I approve. Not because soy milk, I'm lactose intolerant. It's because soy milk just tastes better for some reason. It just tastes better for some reason though. I don't know why. Cow milk. Looks like Wondering prefers cow milk, more creamier. Actually, I think soy milk it just tastes more nutritious, I would say. Yeah. It tastes more nutritious. I think it tastes more like it tastes more nuttier, I feel. Nuttier or it tastes more lighter on the palate. So that's why I prefer soy milk more. It's less sweeter also usually. And I love soy milk because it when I put it with my coffee or with my tea, it tastes so much better. It complements so well. Almond milk as well, it tastes so good. But it's so expensive. Soy milk is literally soy juice. Not wrong. Not wrong. Not wrong. It's literally soy juice. But it's expensive. So especially almond milk, that's so expensive. I don't drink it a lot. So yeah. Okay. I have to end off the stream here because it's getting a bit late and I need to prep for work. I need to eat breakfast, I need to shower and all of that, and I need to leave my house by 8:30. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in this first episode of the Orange Morning Squeeze. And we did a pilot episode 3 weeks ago, and I'm very appreciative of everyone's presence here. And once again, thank you so much, Pisces, for the raid. And Pisces, the honor is yours. Do you have anybody that you want me to rate? Do you have anybody that would you like me to rate? Otherwise, I'm gonna look up on a random Singaporean streamer and see if there's anybody that we can rate there. Otherwise, we're just gonna be raiding into any random person here. So yeah, please do not leave because we are gonna be raiding right now, and I'm just gonna be looking up on random Singaporean streamers right now. Actually, everybody's all playing Valorant right now or Genshin Impact or whatever. Um, let's see. Nobody is doing any form of podcast or morning talk show right now. So, you know what? Let's rate a random person. Okay. A random international person. I guess. Um, shall we do a just chatting rate or shall we do a podcast rate instead? I only have Animal Crossing and Fall Guys streamer here. Yeah, you can rate any random person. Okay, sure. So should I rate a person who is doing a podcast or should I rate somebody that is doing just chatting? Because I don't feel very comfortable rating a podcaster because they seem to be much more professional than me. But I don't know though. Do you guys prefer? Which one do you guys prefer for me to rate out? I can do this just chatting, I guess. Yeah, let's see. Just chatting. Let's see. Let's see. Is there anybody who's doing just chatting? Or can we just rate somebody that's just totally random? Podcast is just fancy just chatting. It is true. It is true. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a bit as I'm trying to find somebody real quick. Um, huh. I don't want to rate something that's of too many viewers as well because I don't know who else to rate. I wanted to rate Pisces, but Pisces is here. So yeah, Pisces, count yourself lucky because I am rating up somebody else instinct. Let's find Asian to rate. Okay, let's see. Let's see.
But I don't know. That's the only one I've heard. I haven't heard the other voice lines, so maybe the rest of them will be.
Okay, we do have an Asian here. I don't know this person well. I don't know this person very well. I have somebody playing for guys from Poland. If that works, thanks again. Thanks again. You were about to rate me. Oh, no worries, Pisces. I wanted to rate you actually. I wanted to rate you. Okay, let's rate this streamer. I'm not sure where she's from. She's a Korean American, so she is from America. I'm presuming. So let's go and rate this person. I don't typically do random streamers rates, but let's go rate Pauline FM. She's currently doing just chatting, and we're gonna be rating in and to say hi to this streamer. So, oops, I have the view here. Sorry, let me just do a shout out properly here on my end. Oops, did not exist, huh? Give me a bit, as we are gonna be rating. Okay, so we are gonna be rating this streamer, and please do join in the raid by copying in the raid messengers, as we are gonna be rating in this person. Pauline FM, I'm sure she's a wonderful person, and she's currently talking about just random things. According to the stream title, she says getting through Monday without tilting. Well, it's Tuesday here in Singapore, so let's go and say that we are time travelers here. I got the same brain cell situation many times with other streamers. Yeah, I'm just having bad my brain's not working right now, so because I'm partly very tired as well. So yeah. Let's do a raid message. So if you are regular raiders, so if you are just a regular viewer of ours, feel free to copy in the raid messages. If you are just if you have recently subscribed to us, please copy in the sub raid message, which has special emotes and stuff like that, as we are going to be raiding in to our next streamer. Let me set up the raid right now, as we are going to be raiding Pauline FM. Yeah, she is doing just chatting. Let's go and raid out. Please do copy in the raid message. Please do copy in the raid message. You can't use follower emotes on other channels unless you're subbed. Oh, really? I didn't know this, but it should work. It should work. But we shall try. But if you are a follower of us already, you have the follower emotes available to us, to you already. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in this Orange Morning Squeeze. In the very first episode, we did our pilot, and it turned out quite great. So we will try to do this every bi-weekly, and hopefully we can do this more consistently. I'll show you when we read over. All right. Just copy anyway, and hopefully we will show our next streamer the love and chaos. And let's see you guys on this Thursday as we're going to be playing Orly and the Blind Forest. Alright, thank you so much, and let's raid in. See you guys on this Thursday. Bye bye, and have a great orange morning.